but Brock Purdy threw 3 picks. And the first possession will start at the 25. We will welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, John Perry is right over there. Merry Christmas, everybody. And so now the 49ers are back on offense, and we'll see what they do here. I expected more ground game from the 49ers in the first half. Let's see if they go to that here in the second.
Well, if you look at the last possession that they had when they were able to go down the field and score the touchdown, it was a lot of Christian McCaffrey. So I would expect that to continue here on this possession. But, you know, there are a lot of offensive people, and I think Kyle Shanahan is one of those as well, that you come out, you throw the football, try to establish a lead. You rely on the run game as the game moves along, particularly when you move into the second half. But they've had success on the ground.
Here they go with a toss to McCaffrey, and it is handled by the Ravens. McCaffrey, who had 65 of the 67 yards on their touchdown drive in that first half tonight. You see the touches versus the rest of the team, and it's McCaffrey dominating. You said it. I mean, you've got the top 3 guys going at it on display on Christmas night, the top 3 in that MVP race. And well, right now McCaffrey for the 49ers has showed up. His average trying to put the better second half together.
Yeah, he averaged over 8 yards a carry in the first half, but he had that 40-yard run. Even if you take that out, it was 5 yards a carry. So he's had some running lanes.
Here's Kittle. Third down coming up, brought down by Queen. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith, the middle linebackers, the 2 inside guys for the Ravens. Very good. A gain of 4 right there to bring up third down.
Yeah, I think both of these defenses have linebackers that are as good as anybody in football. And as you mentioned, for Baltimore with Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith, and then of course Fred Warner and DeAndre on the, or excuse me, Dre Greenlaw on the other side. It's a really good group, and they can fly and they love contact.
Third down and 5. Blitz off the edge from Queen, and this one nearly picked.
Wow.
Snead kind of lost his footing. Darby got hit right in the helmet, I believe, with this pass from Purdy, and it's fourth down.
Yeah, Patrick Queen, he comes off the edge, and Christian McCaffrey is going to get a little bit of a piece of him before he goes out. And if he had worked McCaffrey, he's got a chance, but he works the inside of the field, which is fine. But this was a fortunate one.
And this will cost the 49ers.
Offense number 36. 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
So it backs San Francisco up 5 yards. That is Jeremy McNichols, a running back who was activated out as one of the gunners, and that little sway got him a 5-yard penalty. Good punt by Wisnowski, his first of the night. Tylan Wallace zigzagging his way with a good return for the Ravens. And Wisnowski at the end of that play delivered a hit on the boundary and may have picked up the flag.
Yeah, right over there on that Ravens sideline, they were hollering for the penalty, and they got it. It appears they're going to tack 15 yards on to the end of this one.
The end of a 20. Steve Ackles, our producer. Derek Mobley, our director. Joe Troy and Lisa with you. That punt by Wisnowski, because of the return and his penalty on the hit out of bounds, netted just 19 yards of field position, and the Ravens take over at the 44 of San Francisco, up 4. Jackson. He's got Edwards. And Gus Edwards off to the races. Warner is there and able to bring him down inside the 5. They can come at you from so many different directions. And this is a catch and run of 41 yards for Gus Edwards.
Well, watch Gus Edwards, 35 after the play fake. He's kind of helping out in protection. And then as Jackson leaves the pocket, he just gives him a place to go with the football. And this team is really good at that, knowing that Jackson scrambles so much.
Here is Edwards, and Bosa makes the play. Ravens hurried it up, got right back to the line of scrimmage. And Nick Bosa got through. No gain on that run by Edwards.
Well, you look at this right now, Joe. Baltimore has been in the red zone 3 times prior to this possession. They've got 1 touchdown. And so this becomes really, really important for them offensively. Can they punch it in? Because for an offense that turned the ball over 3 times in San Francisco to only be down 4 points, the big reason why is their inability to cash in with touchdowns.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson buys time to the end zone for a touchdown, Aguilar. Aguilar with the catch. Jason Verrett, who was just activated off IR after 2 injury-filled years, was defending. And with Jackson extending the play, Aguilar found his way into an opening for the touchdown catch.
Yeah, once Lamar gets outside the pocket, Aguilar sees that he's in trouble. He starts up the field, and he turns and comes right back down the sideline. Just like we saw from Edwards on the other play, every guy really looks for an opportunity to help out their quarterback, and they do it well.
And this becomes a 23-12 game. Sure. And Patrick Queen comes up with the 4th interception of the night. Now Trent Williams comes out of there with the ball. And there's a little bit of a standstill as to who has it right now.
Well, there's the pressure, and he's able to get his hands on Purdy, and that's where the ball gets deflected, and Queen then they're able to make the play on the ball.
Let's see the end of it.
Yeah.
Because the 2 teams are kind of just looking at each other as you see Trent Williams come out of there with a ball. Here's the first part of it, and the arm of Brock Purdy is hit. Queen gets the interception, his first of the year and the 4th of the night. And here's the end of it. Queen didn't go down. That ball is starting to come out. And Trent Williams, who hung in there to the end of the play, rips it out. John, what did you see?
Well, it's a change of possession, so it'll automatically get taken a look at. I think he's down. I think that ball gets ripped out later in the process. I think the ball is down.
Well, the 49ers think they have the ball. They're putting their offense back out there. Here's the call. Maybe not. And right now, both teams have their offense standing out there on the field.
The ball was moving, like you said, Joe. It is just a, I agree. What I saw.
The interception and down by contact has been confirmed. First down, Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree with you, John, in what you saw, that the ball was moving, but it didn't look like he had lost possession and then was on the ground.
Right. It almost looked like he regained it after that small little bobble, controls it, knee down by contact.
And a 4 interception night as Purdy had his arm hit on that interception by Travis Jones. And Brock Purdy is the first 49ers quarterback with a 4 interception game since Colin Kaepernick, week 3, 2015 at Arizona.
Well, it just feels like right now for San Francisco, and I mean, this second half just started, and I understand that. But it just feels like they have to make a stop and hold Baltimore to 3 points here.
Fake toss. Jackson. End zone. Flowers for the touchdown. Right off the takeaway. Zay Flowers for the touchdown. And then I don't know if that was a Grinch celebration or what,
But look, they go Ronnie Stanley over here, and then you've got Likely, who's there at tight end. So they put Kohler at the left tackle spot. So they change up the look, and they free up Likely for an easy touchdown.
I mean, in a blink. 2 touchdowns in 18 seconds put up by the Ravens. And they lead by 18 with a lot of game left. Touchdown for the rookie, Flowers. He's had some night. I think that was the Grinch. Well, this is the largest deficit of the season for the 49ers, coming in at 11-3. They have the outstanding conference record of 9-1. So even with a loss here tonight, they still control their own destiny for the #1 seed in the NFC. But this has not been a good game for the 49ers any way you look at it. And for the Ravens, they are flexing here on the road on Christmas night. Deebo Samuel on the return, lost his footing at the 15. Back on offense go the 49ers. Time now for our total replay, brought to you by Taco Bell. And it's been a 4-interception night for Brock Purdy.
Yeah, the first one was the worst one of the night. And then some of these, now you don't want to throw the ball back to the middle of the field. So that was a decision on Purdy. And then that one, of course, he got hit on the 4th interception. The second one was a deflection. But it doesn't really matter much how they happened. As a quarterback, you understand that you've got 4 interceptions and you've got this deficit, and somehow you've got to block it all out and just trust what you're seeing.
Here is a pass behind Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Stevens had visions of a Christmas night touchdown in his mind. 2nd and 10.
And that ball's behind him, and so what happens is you start seeing more color than what is really there. And so you start thinking, you know, I can't lead him because there's a defender, and this time it was Kyle Hamilton who's out there in front. And you start just questioning what you're seeing, and when you do that, it's hard to play the position, and you can't be effective because then the ball's not coming out and you're not throwing with the same accuracy.
What a night so far from Mike McDonald's defense. Purdy keeps on the play action. He's going to go for Samuel. Nice leaping grab across the 35. Nice catch by Deebo Samuel for 20.
Well, or you just drop back if you're Brock Purdy and you throw it the way you have been all season long, because this is a really good route by Deebo Samuel on the dig route, and good protection. You see how much field there is. He just lays it to the middle of the field and lets Deebo Samuel go get it. That's one of the strengths of Brock Purdy. He doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, but it plays well into this offense because he's able to get balls up and down, and he doesn't have to be as accurate on those types of throws.
Here's Purdy dancing around, makes the completion to use check. When we talked to Kyle Shanahan about Brock, who he obviously loves, he described Brock Purdy as having the perfect mix of cocky and humble. And I think at this point right now, he's going to tap into that cocky side and try, as you said, and put the 4 interceptions aside, be confident, and go about trying to move the ball down the field.
Well, I can assure you that that's what Kyle Shanahan and, you know, Brian Greasy is the quarterback coach communicating with him as well. Those guys are telling him, hey, put it behind you, just do what you do. That's one thing to hear that. You just got to trust it.
Here's McCaffrey, and it's well played by the Ravens defense. BK out there to make the stop.
Yeah, so big 3rd down here for San Francisco. There's a look at Brian Greasy. You know, he decided when he got out of television to get into coaching, and he's been a real asset for this team. One of the smartest quarterbacks that's played the game. And Kyle Shanahan, when we talked to him about Brian, took a chance on him, but you know, knew his background. Of course, his dad had worked with him in Denver. He was his quarterback for Mike, and Kyle said he's been fantastic. He can take coaching as far as he wants to go with it.
3rd down and 7. Here's Samuel with a drop, and there's a flag down on the far side of the field. See if this is an illegal shift.
Illegal shift. Offense. Penalties declined. Result of the play. 4th down.
So no conversion. They had a drop by Deebo Samuel. Play wouldn't have counted anyway, and it's 4th down as the frustration is setting in on. And Hill is able to get 3. Just a couple of other notes about that story with Tony and Deuce. Deuce said that he didn't think twice when they called and said he was a match. Said his job was easy. Tony is the courageous one. We're told that it's rare that the donor and the recipient would live in the same city, and you've got a coach with the 49ers and a 49er fan linked for the rest of their lives. Second and 7. Hill again. Driving with Warner in on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and short.
You look at the way that San Francisco has played the running game. They've done a good job on Justice Hill and Gus Edwards. It's been Lamar Jackson who has hurt them.
Jackson keeps and gets it. But a flag is down in the secondary. Comes flying at the end of that play.
Holding. Defense number 99. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
There is not much going right for the 49ers right now as Kinlaw is guilty of the defensive hold. With Kyle Shanahan looking up at the scoreboard at the replay of that, which tacks on yardage after Jackson got the 1st down.
Well, 99 right here in the middle is what they called. But I saw enough there.
1st down either way, but it moves the ball out to the 22. Jackson hangs in the pocket, finds Isaiah Likely, and the tight end still rolling. Breaking tackles to the San Francisco 44. Jair Brown missed a tackle along the way, and it turns into a 34-yard completion from Lamar Jackson.
Well, we mentioned Jair Brown, number 27, and how he's played well. But he gets ISO'd on Likely, and Likely just does a good job running a route. I mean, he gets him turned around, creates separation, and Lamar Jackson, there was no doubt where he was going with the football, and then to add insult, he's not able to make the tackle.
Possession started at the 5. They're already at the 44 of the 49ers. Brown coming on a blitz, can't bring down Jackson. This is Hill, and Justice Hill is tripped up. But another 1st down for the Ravens, who are rolling 23 yards on the catch and run.
You know, it's that close every play. Whether or not you're going to make the play in the backfield on Lamar Jackson or whether or not he's going to make the play. And Jair Brown comes off the edge. He's not able to get to him. He's close. But as Jackson steps up and then gets the ball to Hill, Hill's the one guy in the backfield who's got some speed. We mentioned early in this game that Keaton Mitchell, the undrafted rookie, got injured last week and he's out. And he's a dynamic player, and they certainly miss him. But Justice Hill is the next guy who has some of that explosiveness that they lack.
Here's a handoff to Edwards. He's bobbled up. If this game is indeed an MVP derby with McCaffrey and Purdy and Lamar Jackson is the one who is head and shoulders the best player on the field tonight.
No doubt. And there's no question that all of that is being considered amongst those voters. You know, there was discussion a week ago with Dak Prescott. Things didn't go so well in the last game that he played in, and then tonight with Purdy coming in and McCaffrey and Lamar Jackson, no doubt Lamar Jackson, he's been the star on this field.
2nd down and 9. Jackson, Flowers makes a move and is able to hang on, surviving the hit by Greenlaw and picking up 10. Lamar and some of the highlights from tonight, obviously with the arm, with the legs, he can do it all. Just impossible to bottle up.
Yeah, and I don't know that anybody questioned what he was able to do, but I do know that this offseason, going back to John Harbaugh, and he said we just have to get more out of the passing game so we don't have to be so perfect with our run game. And Monken has allowed Lamar to do a few more things in the passing game.
He takes it down inside the 5. He got his money. 5-year deal worth $260 with $185 million guaranteed. He represented himself, and if you talk to John Harbaugh, I mean, they went to the edge with that whole deal, and at one point Lamar Jackson said he wanted out. They got it done, and John Harbaugh has been blown away with how Lamar Jackson has stepped forward as even more of a leader here in 2023.
Well, he's putting on a show tonight, and so much of what he's been able to do has been to keep these plays alive that we've been watching ever since he came into the league.
Here is Edwards, still trying to get to the end zone, and Dre Greenlaw able to make that tackle. It's 3rd down and goal.
You know, going back to this offseason, yeah, there was a time where it didn't look like they were going to have a franchise quarterback. There was a time where it didn't look like they were going to upgrade the wide receiver position, which had been talked about once the season ended a year ago. And they've got a new offensive coordinator that they had brought in. Nobody really knew what this was going to look like, but it all came together. It's a credit to all parties involved. And Lamar Jackson's been fantastic.
3rd down and goal. It's all Lamar. Stop short of the end zone. Kevin Givens in there to make the play. It's 4th down. Do you kick the field goal, make it a 21-point game, or do you go for it on 4th and goal?
Well, we'll find out what John Harbaugh is thinking. I think you take the points. I just think this has been too good of a drive. I do believe that if you go for it here and don't make it, it does give the 49ers a little life, but you can put a nail in that coffin right here as well.
Play clock is down inside of 5. And they don't care about the 5-yard penalty for delay of game. They're not going to use a timeout, and they will attempt the short field goal to make this a 21-point game.
Yeah, I tend to agree with this decision by John Harbaugh. I think it was a heck of a job getting down here. You're disappointed you're not coming away with a touchdown, but just keep the foot on the pedal and add to your lead.
Be a 24-yard try by Tucker, trying to go 4 for 4 tonight. .21-point game. Ravens have scored on 7 straight possessions for the first time in over 4 years.